I'm astounded at how poor a job often elite athletes will do with nutrition, considering how unbelievably critically important it is. Something I was very keenly aware of when I was 16 years old and I first really started transitioning to wanting to be a professional and be an Olympian, and really took accountability for my nutrition. That's not to say that I don't have my little vices, but in general, my life revolves around the eating well and learning a lot about nutrition and making sure that everything I put into my body is thought through. I definitely avoid the starchies, the heavy carbohydrate dinners. So I eat a lot more, you know, lean protein and a lot of healthy fat. We went out to dinner last night. I'm putting olive oil all over everything because I got a lot of healthy fat in my diet. And if I'm taking supplements that revolve around getting a lot of omega-3s in. But I think you'd see a lot of my diet, a lot of coconut oil, a lot of good healthy fats, and a little less carbohydrate. I think people say with an athlete, the classical, you must carbo load. And I say, no, actually, I keep a lot of things in real balance, a lot of healthy meats, and I really think about where that food source is too. I'd much rather eat a much smaller cut of meat that's come from where I know where it came from, instead of a big hunk of meat that's you know, I don't know, store grown. Breakfast is chia seeds for me. It's chia seeds has a lot of fat in it, a lot of protein in it, and very filling. It's easily digestible, and so good options that really fill you up. And I really try and have a big solid breakfast. 30 grams of protein in a breakfast really stays satiated throughout the whole day. I think that sets up the foundation of my day, so that I'll eat a little bit less throughout the day, and then like I said, this healthy fat, lean protein dinner. The routine for me is everything, and I think for anybody getting into health and fitness, routine is very important. My body clock's on for 7:30. We're at the pool, 2-hour practice, 5 to 6 kilometers. We usually ride around noon and a couple hours, might be on the indoor trainer or hopefully out on the roads, and 1 to 2 hour run at night. And so we accumulate this time over and over and over again. We call it chop wood, carry water, just do the work. I've just come through 4 Olympics and a goal and a coach through the whole thing, so it's a new experience this year to be in a situation without a coach. And I've really had to find that again, and find a positive group around me that has the same similar goals, wants to get out the door at the same time, and we can lend that encouragement to each other. So I would say I've moved away from, you know, the classic stopwatch on the side of the road coach, and moved more to having a group of people that are accountable to and find inspiration from. I think it's different for everybody, and so I find when I go to schools or I talk to groups, I say, you find what works for you. I shouldn't tell you, you should run with music because I run with music. No, you should figure out what works for you. If being out running or being out on a hike or just simply getting to the gym or going for a walk, your inspiration, your time is to reflect and have quiet, then you should do that. When I was 20 and first started racing on the international circuit, I was running around in a 14-year-old's body. I was a little skinny kid running around. So now I'm 37. I was the oldest guy at the Olympics for the triathlon, and I don't know, I still feel like I'm in my late 20s, and I think a lot of it has to do with my diet, and then perspective, fresh mind, a lot of taking stress out, like the music, the time with my kids, and then the perspective. I went to the Olympics in London. I said, no matter what happens, I'm going to the park with my kids the day after the race. Whether I have a shiny medal around my neck or not, I'm going to the park and I'm playing on the swing. I crashed out of the Olympics. I hit a speed bump, crashed. Everyone, awful experience. Shouldn't this be devastating? I said, you know what? I'm going to the park tomorrow with my kids. Now, I didn't picture going to the park like this with all the skin missing on my foot, but my mental state was the perspective that at the end of the day, I'm running around with my Speedo on TV. I mean, I have a keen perspective on what a joy it is to do.